Commonly for vegan birria tacos, people are using like a jackfruit or something, which would work really, really well. I've seen that quite a bit and it looks awesome. I'm gonna be using Verasoy. Now, I've used this stuff in the past. It's a vegan shredded protein and it mimics pork beautifully. Shredded pork, this stuff is phenomenal. So the nice thing is because this is already shredded, it's already flavored, we can skip a lot of the long roasting times that birria has. We're gonna have birria tacos in a little about 30 to 45 minutes. This is gonna be pretty quick. Now this Verasoy has been hard to find online, but if you wanted to do the same thing that I'm doing here with a textured stranded protein and you can't find the Verasoy, I would check out the Delisso vegan chicken mix. I made a video about that a few months ago. That stuff is really good. You could flavor it up however you want and it's gonna work really well as that pulled texture. Very similar texture to this Verasoy. So we're gonna be using about 2 cups of the textured protein here, 3 cups of cold water, 1 tablespoon white distilled vinegar, 1 teaspoon Marmite, 1 teaspoon soy sauce, 1 tablespoon olive oil, 2 tablespoons mushroom seasoning. Now, if you have the mushroom extract that I commonly use that. You could still use the same amount, 2 tablespoons. If not, this is the mushroom extract seasoning that I made in the last video. We're gonna use that to make our beefy like broth. It's gonna be awesome. Let's give this just a quick stir, and we're gonna set this to about a medium heat. Now for this recipe, we gotta prep ourselves some chilies. We have 10 ancho chilies and then 3 guajillo chilies. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce that right. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce most of this right. I'm just gonna do my best on making the food taste good. So all we're gonna do on these guys is just destem them quickly. Once they're destemmed, you can decide if you wanna keep the seeds. I probably won't for a lot of these. I'll get rid of as much as I can. And then we're just gonna drop these right into the mixture with our meat. We want these to all kind of hydrate together. They're all gonna kind of help flavor everything and give us those really good flavors from these chilies. So that's only gonna be simmering for about 20 minutes. We're gonna finely mince up about half of a yellow onion and mince up half of a large head of garlic. So at this point, we're gonna pull the chilies out, throw them into the blender along with about a cup of sauce and blend them down. And now this is our chili paste. I'm just gonna mix about a tablespoon or so of this with the meat. And then this meat is looking phenomenal. I mean, just phenomenal. We're gonna throw a little bit of oil into the bottom of our Dutch oven and we're going to brown this meat. So we're gonna pull out as much of this shredded meat as we can. We're gonna do this about the same time. We're gonna let that cook together for just a few minutes, pull that out, and we're gonna set that aside. In the same Dutch oven with all of that cooked on like meat bits from this and everything else, go ahead and throw in about another tablespoon of olive oil, and then we're gonna cook our onions and garlic together, and then just cook them until they're really nice and soft. Then add a can of the fire roasted Hunt's diced tomatoes, the remaining liquid from when you dehydrated the meat. I'd say most of the chili paste. Then we added about 4 cups of water. We're gonna bring that up to a simmer and then cover it. Before we cover it, we're gonna make a little flavor packet. I saw this on Joshua Weissman when he was making the same birria tacos. I really loved that idea, so we're gonna do the same thing. For our little flavor packets, we're gonna do about 5 bay leaves, about 5 cloves, a teaspoon of black peppercorn, and a cinnamon stick. Now all we're gonna do is just wrap this guy up, make sure it's all put together. I know Josh tied his, but all we're gonna do on this one is we're just gonna throw it over the lid. So now we're gonna add in 1 tablespoon of cumin, 1 tablespoon of oregano, and a teaspoon of salt. Okay, we're gonna let that simmer for about 30 to 45 minutes. That's gonna get all those flavors together, melt those tomatoes down. We're gonna just keep stirring that as we're going. But while we're waiting for that to finish up so we can finish our tacos, because these are gonna be unbelievable, let's go ahead and make some fresh corn tortillas. You definitely want some corn tortillas for this one. 2 cups of the masa flour and 1.5 cups of warm water. And I'm just gonna pour that in and mix. And I'm just using a fork to mix at first. It's gonna be pretty crumbly. Once you have everything combined, just get in there with your hand, kind of knead it together for just a second until you make sure that everything is incorporated really nice. So now I'm gonna use, I have this large kitchen Ziploc storage bag. Just slicing the sides here. This makes it easier if you're using a tortilla press to get really easy release of the tortillas. Now we just have our iron skillet that's fairly hot. I'm just gonna form about a little bit smaller than a golf ball, maybe a little bit larger than a ping pong ball. Place it in our tortilla press, press and peel away, and that is our tortilla. Now all we have to do is just throw that in the iron skillet to cook up. We're just gonna heat it on both sides, flipping 3 times. First time, second time, third time. So the tortillas are all done now. Now let's assemble our birria. Now let's assemble these birria tacos. Now the one thing that makes them very special and very unique is the fact that the tortilla itself is dunked in the consomme. That gives them a very nice reddish hue, and they also fry up in the skillet really nice. We're gonna dunk these in the consomme, throw them in a lightly oiled skillet over about a medium heat. We're gonna load them with a vegan white cheese. I'm gonna be using the VioLife vegan mozzarella. Let that melt. Top it off with some of the meat. Pour a little bit more of that consomme sauce, your broth over the taco, fold it up, crisp it up, and then let's get ready to eat. Now you're also gonna wanna plate a bowl. I'm gonna just use a ramekin of the consomme to dip these birria tacos in. It's gonna be delicious, let's do it. So the consomme, I added a little bit of red onion and some cilantro, but then all you do is just, you dip your taco in and then look at that beautiful taco broth. These things are the messiest, most insane tacos. Unbelievable, unbelievable. And just tell me, are they cheesy and meaty?
Cheesy, meaty. The flavor's really good. Reminds me of chili. It's like lots of different flavors, you know?
Lots of different flavors. Monica says lots of different flavors.
It's really robust.
You're not gonna get a vegan birria taco like this. Cheesy, meaty, this is it. Make it. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick, snappy version of my normal videos. That's all we got. Thanks. Thanks, baby.
I'm still eating it.
Yeah, eat the heck out of it. Smoky. Tastes grilled.
Yeah. Really good.